What's going on, YouTube? Happy Tuesday. Election is over. Now, hopefully, we can all get over this and get back to business. Well, in my life, I was always in the business. I could care less who won or lost. My opinion. But today, I want to talk to you about something that's very interesting. Here's the question I'm going to pose to you: does misery love company? One of my subscribers asked me just the other day, we were talking on the phone, he said, Abdul, I've been following your channel for about 2 years now, and I noticed that you don't have as many followers as like Demcat and George for Title. I can't see why you don't have as many followers as those guys. Your message is positive. I couldn't give him a clear answer until I talked to my wife today. I told my wife about the question that this guy's posed to me, and she said this: do you think that people like Demcat or George for Title relate to their audience? I said, in what way? Here's the best way I can describe it. Let's say you're struggling, and some of you guys who are watching my channel right now are struggling. When I say struggling, I'll be more specific. You're unemployed, you didn't see it coming, you didn't have an emergency fund, you live in a big house, you drive a fancy car, ate out every day, then all of a sudden your job was lost, you didn't prepare for it, and you're done. It just happened today. The weekend you had planned a dinner, and at that dinner, your friend that you were going to eat dinner with was a millionaire. This is a guy that had a plan for a plan for a plan. Very driven couple. Read all the time, went to seminars, didn't drive a fancy car, lived in a modest house, had money out of the canoes, and you ate dinner with that guy, and you started talking about all the troubles you had, and that guy came to you and said, you know what, you're not trying hard enough. And they talked about the successes that they had in life. Would you hate that guy? Would you dislike that guy because of who he is? And would you dislike him only for the fact that he was succeeding while you were not? You see, this is the same argument that put the poor against the rich. Because think about it. When the economy was bad, and some people say it's still not great, right? When certain people were suffering and certain people were succeeding, because remember, in the Great Depression, more millionaires were created in American history during the Great Depression than any other time in history. Why? Because they were buying things on sale. But that's another point, another video. Do you think that those people were upset about those people who were claiming that they were so-called making money, so-called getting rich in the so-called disaster? You see, I think Demcat and all the other guys related to their audience because they were victims. I wouldn't say George for Title for a minute because I really don't know what's in. When I say they were victims, Demcat was unemployed. He was talking about his struggles. He kind of related to all the people who were going through that situation at the time. I'm not saying all. Some people were successful with that. But what I'm saying is this. I may not, a lot of people don't like the message. I'll give you an example. I remember I used to post my videos on Demcat's channel. And one of the reasons I used to do that because I knew that there were already people over there complaining about the government. So I wanted to give them another opinion. And some people used to argue with me day after day after day. You're stupid. You're not succeeding like this. You're a liar. Whatever. And maybe 5-6 months later, some of those same people who will put me down became my subscribers and told me how they've been changed. And now they don't watch those channels no more. What changed? What made them come over? Because one thing about a lie is this: it'll only stand for a little bit. And then when there's no more proof and there's no no truths to back up that lie, then all of a sudden the lie disappears. The lie was this: your mind was the only reason you were suffering. It had nothing to do with the government. It had nothing to do with what was going on. Your mind and the decisions you made financially caused you to be in the rut you were in. I just had a long debate with a person on Facebook about the election. She was mad that Mitt Romney left. Didn't win. And all I tried to tell her was this: look, the government does not decide what the country is going to be. The people decide what the country is going to be. If people rose up, started making better financial decisions, started doing great things, they could drive the government. Most people I know that are successful don't care about the government. Why? They don't care about Social Security and all that kind of stuff because they're busy making so much wealth that they don't have to depend on it. So I may not relate to a lot of people, and I don't expect to, but I'm glad of that. That's like a guy going around thugs and saying, you know what? I can relate to all these guys here. I don't want to relate to them. I want to be an individual that grows every day. Some people want me to sit back and agree with all this madness that's supposedly going on. But I'm sorry. I didn't make it to where I'm in today and where I'm going to be in the future, if God permits and I live, by thinking that way. And you won't make it to where you want to be by thinking that way. This is what the last person told. This is when I was on a debate on Facebook. This is what the person said last. Said this: you will not. Oh no, this is how it went. Oh yeah, Abdul. Everybody just can open a business and be successful. Oh, that's the key to success. And the answer to that is no. Everybody can't open a business and just be successful. But I tell you what, if people start to get off their butt, make better decisions, start to read, put down the television, put down the video games, put down all the other stuff and say, you know what, today, and I want you to listen to this, guys, today, I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. And the way I'm going to do that is to contemplate on the things that I've done that day, to create goals that are going to make me reach higher than I reached yesterday, and to continue to do that for the rest of my life. I'm no longer going to think that I can't do something because I'm not smart enough. I'm no longer going to think that I can't be who I want to be because who was elected into the White House. I'm no longer going to think that. People do not dictate who you are. You know who does? You. You dictate who you are. No one else defines you. Your mom doesn't define you. Your friends don't define you because they tend to be lackluster and not motivated. They don't define who you are. You do. And if you don't believe that, you've lost. You've lost. So I may not be as popular as people who so-called fit in the group. And I don't want to be. Because I know I'm on the right road to success. Because I believe it. So, what are your thoughts? Let me hear what you have to say. For those of you who are first time seeing this channel, please subscribe. Tell your friends that we exist. And also tell your friends, we're not whiners over here. We don't make excuses. If something failed, it's because we didn't do something. We didn't do something. Not because Barack Obama, not because of Mitt Romney, Donald Trump, and anyone else, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin. No, because we didn't do something. And until you start believing that, you won't succeed. So, with that said, guys, thank you guys for watching the channel. Please subscribe. And until next time, signing off.